All right. My name is Dave McWane, and I sing in the band.
I'm Dereck Davis, and I play drums.
And we're Big D and the Kids Stable.
So, what has Warped Tour been like so far for you guys this year?
All right.
We both talked about how we slept for about 11 hours today.
Yeah.
So even with the day off, it's still pretty exhausting.
Yeah. They always say that, Warped Tour is one of the only tours that you bring books and you bring things, projects you're going to do, because it's a whole summer, and you don't do any of it. Like on normal tours, you can do it. You only have time to do Warped Tour, and when you don't have time to do Warped Tour, you have to just catch up on sleep. Because people come here and they spend one day, and then they're obviously sunburned, dehydrated, and just, sleep in the next. Every day is like that, so you definitely need to, watch your survival. But so far, so good. I mean, we're on an awesome stage, and we're always on a stage with the most eclectic bands, so that helps. And we're doing good. People are calling us the veterans this year, which is interesting. We thought we were still the young ones.
And you guys have done it for so many years. What have you learned over the years? What's changed since maybe the first Warped Tour that you guys?
I think a lot of it's almost kind of the same. Like Big D kind of invented the hanging up the posters with the set times, and a lot of bands still put up like very intricate photos of what they look like, and they all look awesome and they're glossy. And we just put like Big D and the Kids Table as big as possible at the time we play, because you can see it from across the field.
Yeah, we started this the Shepherd Ferry Obey repetition works pacing of your set time and the stickers of your set time. So what has changed? This year we have a fire pit. Well, Lucero had a fire pit in 2011, and if we weren't the most jealous people every night, just looking at it going, where do they put it at night? And so we actually asked Kevin Lyman, how did Lucero do that? Can we do it? And he was like, he gave us one of those father answers, like, just be smart, put it out, yes you can do it. And you're like, okay, thanks.
So, when I was a teenager, there was so many ska bands, and you don't really see too many now. How are you keeping ska alive?
Like showing up.
Just gotta show up.
Our business model is popular by default.
Just stick around as long as you can.
Streetlight's breaking up, so,
I just think, in the 90s obviously it was huge, but other than the 90s, ska was just that niche style, so we're always just those, that if you want to research cool music, we're one of those genres, and us, Real Big Fish, Eve's the Moneymaker, Strawberry Blondes are more like punk, ska, clashy, but still in the cool club. The Aquabats, we're all keeping it alive. And everyone says we're like one of the funnest, more fun acts, like a circus act to see. And what the funniest thing is a lot of the bands playing, from the screamos to the, I don't even know what they're called, to the dubsteps, they all will come up to us and be like, hey man, you guys are really awesome. I play in Bubba Da Booba Da, but I love you guys. So like bands that are much bigger and much different, they like this, like they still like the ska as well.
Okay. And you guys obviously must have a lot of loyal fans. You just got a Kickstarter funded recently. What made you decide to do a Kickstarter?
Well, we're doing 2 records. We did 2 records.
Yeah.
It's behind us.
Yeah, that's behind us.
We're still doing it because we're still placing shipments and everything, so it's still a long process. But we decided to do them ourselves, so we don't have very much money. So we have a lot of awesome loyal fans who help us out with that, and we were able to do 2 records.
It's really interesting. I mean, I call it the fall of the music industry. And, once downloading happened, recording budgets for records went from, 1/20th, if not more, than what they were. So when it came time to fund your own record, a lot of the bands can't do it. So it's almost really funny. It's like, people download music, which is fine, which makes it so bands can't record their music, so then they have to do a donation Kickstarter, so then those same fans, instead of paying $15, are now donating $150. You know what I mean? So
sometimes getting mad at you for asking for money from them.
Yeah. But one of the biggest myths about Big D is that we have this like little nest of money that we're like, no.
Someday.
Now, what made you want to take on a double album, and was it a different writing process for both because they both kind of have different styles?
Well, yeah.
Some of the songs we actually wrote and then kind of put them one side of the other.
Okay.
Which was pretty cool to do. But what happened basically was like we put out Fluid Stroll, and some fans were like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then we're like, "Oh, okay, sorry." And then we put out a ska punk record, and fans were like, "Oh, but we really love Fluid Stroll."
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, you were confused about it.
Our fans are becoming abusive boyfriends.
So now we're like, let's just do two. We thought it was going to be a lot easier.
So really, you're just pleasing everybody now.
Yeah, I mean, we want to write both styles of songs. We want to write both styles, and when we write a record, it just happens that you're writing both. You know what I mean? Like, we just kind of, at the same time, they go in tow. So we even named them as clear as possible. Stop, Stroll. Don't get mad at us. So it's working, I think.
Now, what inspires you to write a song?
Jeez. I can tell you usually what doesn't inspire me. I try to keep full selfish heartbreak or selfish moaning. You know, like feel bad for meanness. That has nothing to do with it. That can make it so I don't want to write a song if I keep hearing songs like that.
Right.
But then when you finally something good happens or something uplifting or something that can give strength, it could be anything. Like you could see how someone treated somebody at CVS, or you know, it's just the spark of what you want to sing about. So for me, usually it's topical, and then it goes into what kind of energy beat do we want to play live next year? Do you know what I mean? Like, what energy do we want to be on stage every day? You can write a whole bunch of songs and then go on tour, and you're like, this is boring. You know what I mean? So that's what I kind of do. But you know, everybody has their other.
Sure. Yeah. Do you have a different process?
Well, I play drums, but I do write some songs, so I just kind of mess around on guitar. If there's like maybe a style of song that I would like on the record, like say we have like 4 punk songs, and it's like, okay, well now we should probably have like a mid-tempo ska song. That's kind of where I come from, but you know, he writes all the lyrics and stuff, so I kind of just come from tempo-wise, where I think, you know, how many fast songs, slow songs, mid-tempo songs we should have. Try to fill in the gaps a little bit with that.
Yeah, I think one of the best things about our band is that we don't have just a principal songwriter. And what's fun for me with doing the lyrics is it's always these different rooms, different colors within each song to write. So if like Ryan writes a song, or Dereck writes a song, or Alex writes a song, it's almost because you're writing within a new songwriter. So it's just really fun each time to see what's going to illuminate from their walls. You know.
Do you feel like you've kind of grown or matured as musicians at this point, or do you still want to kind of keep the same vibe that you guys have always had from the beginning?
I think we've matured while staying who we were, like Stop and Stroll. A lot of, I could even say every band I've ever met, mostly Boston bands, write a record, walk away from it for a couple months or a year, and then are embarrassed of it. Do you know what I mean? And then they either write, stop their band, make a new band, and then they're sick of that record. They're always embarrassed of their shadow. But we've never been embarrassed of our shadow. So even though we do Stroll and we're like building that way, we still love the stuff from the 90s and the early 2000s. I definitely think youthful, uppity music is the way to go in this crazy world.
Now, with having such a big back catalog, how do you put together a Warped Tour set? I'd imagine that to squish it all in, that's got to be difficult.
Yeah. Well, we have the 4. The 4 staples. Yeah. You can get about 10 songs in if you're lucky. We aren't talking like at all on stage. We're just firing them off. Right. This is the most songs we've gotten in a set list. And yes, we have 2 slots that are like people's favorite songs, so we can like make sure it's different, and then like new songs. But it's hard. It's a lot of math.
There's not much room. We change it like from show to show a lot too. So, we'll play like one slot, one set list for like a couple days, and then we'll switch a couple out, play that for a couple days. So it's different. Every city can be different. Sometimes fans are like psyched to play one song, like, oh, we can do that different song.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, sweet, you play that song.
And then sometimes the band before us, a lot of the bands are playing very short. Like they're playing, I don't know, like
25-minute sets
25-minute sets. So when they end early, we just grab their
go right on. Yeah, but that is on.
Yeah, they're doing the opposite of our goal.
Now, do you find that there's a lot of younger kids who maybe haven't been exposed to ska that are getting into it now?
Every time we do a signing, yeah. There's so many. I'm really surprised. There's so many people that's they've either never heard of us, or it's their first time seeing us, or it's just it's impressive.
That's what they're saying. They're saying this is my first time. This is my first time. And I'm like, whoa.
We've even gotten a few like, oh, I called my brother Big D, so I had to go check you guys out, and I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We often have, when we do club gigs, we always have to give like one security guard who's huge a Big D shirt. One Big D. We're like, okay.
Big D, two Big D.
Yeah.
So what's next for you guys after Warped Tour?
We were talking about that on the way here. We want to do our back catalog in vinyl. Okay, that's a big deal for us.
Yeah.
And we have our DVD coming out. Usually people would laugh at me and say that's a lie because I've been saying that for 8 years.
This time,
but it is. There's talk of redoing a specific record, but
oh yeah,
we can use it as a threat. Sure, it can be a threat before. We are thinking about re-recording Energy from Operation Ivy and having it for free or for charity, just to kind of make them upset so they finally play again.
That's a good idea. Bring them out.
That's our plan.
And we will possibly tour on it, just to make them upset so they do that.
Yeah. Go right to their hometown.
Yeah, just play outside their house. Hey, am I playing it wrong? Why don't you show me how to play it?
We should mess it up on purpose.
Yeah, we should do a terrible.
Change all the arrangements to every song.
And be like, what? Show us.
Yeah. But we are doing a fall, to get back to more serious, we are doing a fall tour, like the East Coast, going out to play the Fest in Florida.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And our Halloween shows in Boston that we always do.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
2 nights this year.
2 nights.
It'll be awesome.
Because like you said with the set list, if we're doing an annual Boston show, I mean, even the catalog we have, like, an hour is in. Right. So, I mean, you always feel like you're cheating someone, because everyone always feels cheated.
Does Halloween have any significance for the band?
The Dropkicks had St. Patrick's Day and the Bostons had Christmas. It was that or Kwanzaa, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's too close to Christmas.
Yeah.
We might not get a big turnout for Kwanzaa.
And we get to dress up and play horrible murders on our video banner.
Yeah, zombie clips in the back.
Yeah.
Always help a show.
I think we have the best one. Well, St. Patrick's Day is pretty good.
Because of the drinking?
Yeah.
Right. And it's Boston, so
Yeah.
there's a population there, right? What are you guys have obviously done so much at this point. Do you have any future goals that you haven't accomplished yet? Is there anything on your bucket list that maybe you haven't tackled?
South America.
Never been to South America.
We did Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Southeast Asia.
We did Japan and China, but we never connected the Southeast Asia. So we're going to try to get that going. Singapore and Thailand, Indonesia.
And I think in the back of our brains, there's a couple famous punk rock festivals all around the world that everyone gets invited to. We never get invited to. We call it the cool group. We want to be invited to hang out with cool guys.
I wonder how you reach that higher.
We have no idea.
That's why we brought the fire pit. We're hoping to.
Oh, okay, right.
If you're out there and you're part of the cool group, can we hang out with you? No, it's cool. It's cool being on the outside of the punk rock. You know, you're like, knock, 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 knock. Not yet? Okay.
It's got to come up soon.
Yeah, but once it happens, I bet we're like mad about it. We're like, you're super pissed.
Yeah, then you're not even going to want to be
Yeah.
That's all the questions I have. I don't know if there's anything that maybe you wanted to add that we didn't get to.
Our new record stop, Stroll. You can get them on our website or Interpunk.
Yeah. Vinyl's coming out soon.
It's really good.
It's awesome. Both of them.
I think that's it.
Thank you.
We like your t-shirt. Oh. All right.